Talking with head coach Spencer Carbery. And coach, not the ideal weekend that you wanted to have last week against the Wheeling Nailers and the Greenville Road Warriors, but it's still very early in the season. I know I talked to Coach Ryan Warsofsky, Jack Downing. The guys are saying that it's still early in the year. Is that kind of the message you're saying right now? It's not quite time to really start pushing everything and panicking a little bit, and it's still a bit of a learning curve?
I wouldn't say that. I would say that early in the year or not, I think it's more about how you're playing and how your personnel's playing and how we're working and how we're picking up on structure and that. And it's just we need to get better. We're not playing the way that we need to be playing at all times for 60 minutes, and we just got to get a lot better.
Now, I talked to Coach Warsofsky, and it seemed like these last two games, those first 10 minutes of the hockey game, you always want to come out with a great start. It seemed like the Stingrays did that. Great scoring chances against Wheeling just the other night, and then the same happened against Greenville, but it seemed like the second, maybe one opportunity or another opportunity went the other way, even if it was just a scoring chance or a decent quality opportunity. The confidence in the win kind of came out of the sails a little bit. How do you keep that momentum going?
That's a good question, and that happens in hockey games and in sports is you get an opportunity at one end or one side of the football or one side of the game and you fail to convert, and then the team goes down and scores and takes the wind out of your sails. And I didn't think that happened the other night, though. I think they score the first one. I think we come back and score the second one right away, so I didn't think it changed our game too much. It's just a matter of cleaning up some things and keeping those ones that are ending up in the back of our net is not making those mistakes and correcting those. And we could definitely bear down a little bit on our scoring opportunities. And some guys early in the season right now, or a lot of our guys, are a little bit snake bitten and not playing to the top of their capabilities. So that's what we need, some guys to get going. We need a lot of guys to get better in here. We need a lot of guys to get going here. We've got a lot of our personnel are off to slow starts, and we've got to change that. So we come to work, and everybody puts their head down. It's not time to feel sorry for yourselves because you started off and you're -3 and you don't have a point in the first 4 games, or you don't have a goal in the first 4 games, and you thought you'd have 3. There's nothing we can do about the past 4 games. All you can do as a professional is you come and you put your head down and you go to work. And we certainly need a lot of guys to get better, and we need some guys to elevate their game, even if it is Game 5, Game 7, Game 40. It doesn't matter. We expect to play a certain way, and we expect our players to play at a certain level, and we're not there yet.
Big picture for the month of October and November, it seems like it's a little bit of a college schedule right now in terms of how the games are shaping up, pretty much playing primarily on the weekend. So how much does this week of practice really help out? And as you mentioned, some guys are snake bitten and trying to fight through some rough bounces and rough breaks before you get through a pretty busy month of November.
A couple days help, I think. We getting used to personnel in that, but I also think playing more games would help us right now. So the more we can get out there and play games and get guys some confidence and get our power play going a little bit and just get opportunities, and I think that also could help. So us playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, our first look at a 3-3 this weekend, will give us an opportunity to play a lot of hockey and some guys to step up and elevate their game.
And it seems like that's going to be a good measuring tool because it is your first 3 games in 3 days. You just came off of back-to-backs. But it's a good way for a lot of these guys to gain some experience and know what they need to do in order to put their head down, I guess, as you say, and go to work.
Yeah, and this is going to be new for a lot of guys. So we've got a very young lineup right now with 9 rookies to the league out of our 16 skaters. So that they're going to have to adjust quickly, and it's not – tell the guys all the time it's don't waste time in this league. Don't waste time just getting used to and trying to fit in and trying to find your way through pro hockey. And what's a 3-3 going to be like? Attack it head on. Don't burn your first year of your pro career and then you're 23 and now, because you went through the motions or you tried to just fit in for the first 3 months of your rookie year. You're hitting your stride in January. Forget that. I mean, these guys, they're all old enough pros. There's tons of rookies in this league that dominate right away and say, you know what, I'm getting out of this league. I'm finding a way to be a difference maker in this league. Rookies don't matter in this league. And that's what we have to, and our young guys have to have the mentality of is you're not just trying to fit in and blend in and see if I can just get through a game and see if I can play 40 games and do okay, and then my next year I'll be a real difference maker. It's not the way, especially with guys in this league being older and needing to get their pro careers rolling right away if they want to have success and move up and play in the American League.
It seems to fit that message. A great story out of the weekend with Scott Darling with the Chicago Blackhawks, just putting his head down, going to work, started at the SPHL level, then the ECHL, and eventually made his way up. So that's kind of a good lesson learned, I guess, from his experience, and something you can point to saying, this is a guy that worked hard, didn't want to stay here and move up.
Yeah, it happens all the time. And Scott Darling, he had a little bit of a history, but has worked his way up, and there's tons of guys every year. Mark Hagel's a prime example. If you look at Mark Hagel last year, he's a 24-year-old rookie, played 5 years of college, comes in as a first-year pro, and does he have some swagger to him? Yeah. Does he have some cockiness to him? Yeah. But he wanted out of this league and was like, nobody's getting in my way. Nobody's getting in my way. I'm coming in here and I'm going to be a difference maker from day one. And that's the way he played. He was out of the lineup. He was sitting in the stands, and so I don't want to get into past stuff, but that's the approach that you have success with. When you come in here and you're not intimidated, or you're not, okay, let me just try to settle in for a couple months here and see if I can just get by. When you come in with that approach, you set yourself up for failure, and you're not going to reach or meet your expectations and our expectations. So we're trying to let these young guys know that there's no time to waste. There's no time to just try to settle in. Take advantage of your opportunity today to get better as a pro, so that on Thursday night you're ready to play and you're going to be a difference maker. And you're going to be someone that stands out, that people go, whoa, who's that guy? Who's number 12? So that's been the message.
As a coaching staff, how do you light that fire for some of these guys? Because it seems like from that standpoint, you don't want them to play cautious. So how do you get them to elevate that and to take some chances and to ultimately walk into a locker room with some confidence, whether they have to fake it or not, it's there?
Well, the way you do that is you spell it out to them. You spell it out and say, hey, here's the deal. It's pro hockey now, and you guys are you're going to have to play to a level, and we're going to have to get the most out of you, or you don't have a job. And I'm not a coach that goes to that level and plays those type of games with players or threatens. But that at the end of the day is what these guys have to understand is every day that you come to work here, you're trying to take someone else's job, you're trying to move up, you're trying to get more playing time, you're trying to get on the 5-on-3, you're trying to get on the power play, you're trying to get more minutes, all of that. So that knowing that and actually fully understanding that gives you an urgency level inside to go, oh yeah, I got to get after it. I got to get after it today. And then hopefully that translates over to the games and you're able to execute and bring that same level of urgency to the games.
Looking back at some of the logistics and some of the numbers for the Stingrays over the past weekend, and points of emphasis that I know you want to address this week, certainly the headline out of last night's game against the Wheeling Nailers was the power play and the opportunities the Stingrays had. 0 for 7 against the Nailers, and the night before against the Greenville Road Warriors. Is that just a learning process, that some of the fine-tuning of the systems, or is it just things not working out for the Rays and a little bit of bad bounce?
A little bit of both. It's about, well, we're basically 0 for 6 the other night because we get a 30-second power play at the end of the game. We had 2 actually power plays like that where we go on the power play, we took a penalty right away. So there's 2 of them. So we're 0 for 5. We're getting some looks. We had some chances to score. We've had chances in every game, and we're just not finishing right now. The guys that are playing in those situations just aren't finishing early in the year. They're snake bitten, or whatever word you want to use, is that they're just not finding the back of the net. And that's not something you can teach. You can show the looks. You can go over the structure of it and that, and ultimately when the puck gets in their hands, it's on those guys to execute and finish. And we're not getting that right now. We obviously need some guys to step up and capitalize when they do get those opportunities. But it'll come. It'll come. We're getting the looks. Guys are getting more comfortable. We're just not starting as over the first 4 games, we're not finishing and executing as well as we'd like, and then you find yourself getting the results that we're getting.
Looking forward, Thursday in Greenville, Friday and Saturday, both against Greenville, but here at the North Charleston Coliseum. It seems like that's a perfect opportunity for guys to to really get to work out and fine-tune their games, because you've already seen the Road Warriors, so you know what to expect from that standpoint. Now it's just a matter of executing. So it has to help that you see an opponent like that isn't going to mix things up too much on you.
Yeah, that's valid. There's definitely some validity to playing the same opponent. We've seen them. We know their personnel a little bit. We know what they're going to do, or most likely going to do from a structure standpoint. So yeah, that's definitely. So now we can just settle in and play, and we should be able to. There won't be a lot of surprises. So guys will know what's coming, and hopefully take advantage of the opportunities that the guys get and come in there and be ready to play on Thursday.